Welcome and thank you for tuning in to Cryptids, Creeps, and Conspiracy. The following content may involve explicit language and materials, so listener discretion is advised. Hey everyone, with me today I have Linaea from Getting High with True Crime. Just for those that may have missed it, I want to give you the opportunity to kind of explain what your podcast is about, things that you guys cover, anything that you want to add. And I will try really hard not to talk with my hands all the time because I keep doing that.
That's okay. I do it all the time too. So
Twinsies.
So I host with my co-host Melissa a podcast called Getting High with True Crime. And the whole premise of it is we're a 420 friendly true crime podcast. So we get lifted and then we discuss true crime cases. And usually it ends up with some really weird things coming out of our mouths and lots of laughter and a lot of me apologizing to Jesus. So, yeah.
So I do that too. You've kind of known me enough to figure that out. I've decided that I think Melissa's a ghost.
Oh, really?
I've never actually seen her.
Well, that's true.
Ever.
I can tell you she's very real.
Yeah. I've heard her on the episodes, but I've never actually seen her. I even tried a couple times. I stalked your face or Instagram or whatever to see if I could find some pictures.
She doesn't really like her picture being taken. So that doesn't help the situation.
I'm a selfie hoe is what's going to happen. Especially
me too.
For those of you who are not on the $10 tier of the Patreon page, they are the ones that get the video access to all of the episodes and everything. I do, for the most part, try to make myself look somewhat presentable or something just to kind of, no one wants to.
You're all glammed up. Here I am. I'm wearing like literally my pajamas with a hoodie. And
I'm wearing nothing but a t-shirt and a pair of breeches.
I did tie my hair back today.
Hey. I'll try not to put mine up. A lot of time mine ends up going up for some reason in the middle of the pod.
Because it gets annoying. It gets in the way. It's like touches things and yeah.
And actually last night I recorded with Chris from Spirit Crew South Australia. And she was absolutely wonderful. I loved her. And I had to giggle because my husband was home at the time. So I actually recorded my episode out on the porch.
Oh, that's cool.
Pretty cold out there. So it's the first time I've recorded with pants on.
Oh, yeah. Normally you don't have pants.
Nope. I never have pants on. I don't know why. Maybe it's just a comfort thing.
It's a comfort thing. I guarantee you. Like right now, if I don't even know why I'm wearing socks. In fact, I'm going to take mine off right now because I hate socks.
Yeah, I don't have socks. I mean, it's literally like I got my Sasquatch shirt on,
socks,
and other little kid socks.
Yeah, they're comfy, but I don't like wearing socks in my house. I'll wear slippers though, but I won't wear socks.
Yeah, I'm all about slippers. I am all about that. I got some footed pajamas, and that's about the only time you catch me in pants ever.
I don't think I've ever had footed pajamas.
Oh. Girl.
Yeah, no.
And they're not footed. I guess I don't have my feet come out. They're not over my feet.
Yeah.
But I still call them footed pajamas because they zip up and they're all one piece. They got a little hood. I have two of them. I got Jack Skellington one where his little head's my head. And then I've got one that's white and fuzzy and it's got a little llama head. So it's got little rainbow pockets.
Oh God. Be cute.
I get laughed at for that one a lot. Comfy. I get hot really easy. So I tend to basically run around in the least amount of clothing possible. So
me too. I'm all about that.
But I've researched this topic before and it was a lot shorter. Now that I have a little more time, I tried to dig in a little bit more, get some more information, kind of refresh it a little bit, give it a new feel. And I love them and I'm super excited. And there's actually something funny about this, right? So before I actually, dive in here, I went to the ghost hunt last weekend.
Yep.
And there was a gentleman there who was actually in charge of everything and running everything. Him and his wife were running the show. And I was talking and I mentioned that I had a podcast. And he was like, "Oh, well, do you know Travis Walton?" And I was like, "What are the fucking odds?" A weekend before, I went to CryptidCon and I got my picture taken with
Yeah,
Travis Walton.
that's awesome.
And I was so excited about it. And I was just talking to my mom about it like before we got up there. And it was like the guy read my mind. It was kind of weird because that's a place you don't want to get locked in. It's creepy.
Yeah.
But then he was like, "Oh, he noticed that I covered cryptids and he was like, "Oh, well, have you got into the Pukwudgie?" And I was like, "How the fuck?"
It's just like he's stalking you.
I'm like, "Next weekend." I was like, "I actually am scheduled to record that next weekend." I was like, "I love the Pukwudgie." And of course, no one else in the whole entire building knew besides me what a Pukwudgie was.
Well, and
But we
I've heard podcasts about it before, like, but do you think I can remember what the hell it is? No. So I'm like, this is perfect because then I think because I'm immersing myself in it more, not just listening to it, but like actually involved in it. I'm like,
involved.
maybe I'll retain the information this time.
So every time I cover it, or well, I've only covered it once before, but every time I kind of get into it and look at it, I always feel like there's almost like there's something new every single time. And I'm like, "Oh, I didn't realize that," or "Oh, that's funny," or whatnot. So I actually initially picked this topic because it said that we have pukwudgies in our state somewhere. I think up north.
Forgive me. What state are you in again?
Oh, I'm in Indiana.
Indiana. Okay.
We're the one that looks like a pair. We look like a sock.
I like true crime, but I like listening to science stuff too.
All right, are you ready for some pukwudginess?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. All right. Magical little people of the swamp and forest have been peppered throughout Native American legends and lore since the dawn of time. This particular cryptid goes by the name, as mentioned, the Pukwudgie. And the meaning of the name is person of the wilderness. So it's pretty vague.
Kind of, yeah. They could really look like anything.
Yeah, a person of the wilderness. It's like, okay, that could fit so many different things.
That could be a crazy dude just living in the bush.
Right? Just I gotta think of the correct PC term here. It's just a little person. Is that the correct? Why does this keep feeling like somebody's messing with my hair?
I don't know. I don't see anything touching you, so.
Okay. Well, it's like back here.
Yeah.
So whatever it is, it needs to stop it. They say that they measure anywhere from, this is real specific. Ready?
Okay.
Knee high to about 3 feet or around 1 meter, or potentially smaller.
So like my boobs, they're both there.
I was like, your boobs are 1 meter. I was like, damn.
No, I'm short. I'm 5 feet. So like,
well, I'm not much bigger than you. I'm only 5'2".
Maybe I could rest them on their head.
People with your boobs sticking on their head. It's a booby hat.
A booby hat. Oh
They
my god!
you have to move. Oh my! What if they were moving not at the same time, and your little boobies were just going everywhere? What if they're jumping up and down?
Party tits! Woo!
Don't take them to a football game.
No.
But being is they're pretty small in descriptions that I've heard, they don't necessarily seem to be very ferocious, just from a glance.
Okay.
However, some people say that these little buggers have quills that are like all over their back, like porcupine style.
So like gigantic hedgehogs.
Well, I wouldn't say gigantic. Some of them are only, it's
well, for a hedgehog though, like,
well, yeah, for a hedgehog, I guess hedgehogs are pretty small.
Yeah.
But some of the pictures are pretty crazy that I've looked up. I'll be posting them also. Oh, share screen. Did that work?
Yep.
Okay.
So I see your notes. Oh, they're weird.
Right?
I like the one on the left there. That's cute.
Little thing in the woods. I'd just be like, oh, honey.
I mean, it would probably freak me right the crap out, but at the same time, it's kind of adorable.
I think it is. The top one I would also say is doable. I would
That
not at
yeah,
all.
that bottom one though.
Huh?
The bottom one though,
That
kind of
bottom one is like messed up.
yeah, that would freak me out a little bit.
That one would definitely. It's got a shrunken head.
A shrunken head and then the skull on a stick.
Yeah. Oh, ugh. But anyway, so we'll get off of that one. I just don't necessarily feel that their general appearance is too bad, but they do say on top of the quills, their skin is gray and smooth, and a couple places mention that it sometimes seems like it's glowing, which
That's
I found
weird.
very interesting. I'm not sure how gray would put off the appearance of a glow. I don't know how that works. I don't know if it's like a bioluminescence type of situation or I maybe the gray is silver.
And just reflecting a minimal amount of light,
Yeah,
maybe?
maybe.
Or maybe
I
because it's so smooth, it reflects a little, whatever minimal amount of
oh
light it
yeah,
can
it
pick up.
could. Yeah, that's good thinking. Not only that, these poor things, they say they have very large ears, very large fingers, which hey,
But yeah, I guess.
uh, and very large noses.
Doesn't that
And
also supposedly allude to other large other things in humans? Supposedly, like,
I would like to point out, I can tell you 120% that that is a fucking myth.
yeah, I know.
But yeah, so I'm thinking, see big ears. I'm going, how big are we talking? Elf, like fairy like pointed ears? Dumbo,
Yeah,
from Mad Magazine. Like, what are we talking here as far as big ears?
yeah.
And I don't know, but then it's got uh a large nose, and I'm like, how big of a nose are we talking? And then I just keep thinking, again, I just recently recorded the first episode and went over the Yule Lads, and it
Yep.
kind of gives me a little bit of a reminiscence of, I think it's Door Sniffer. Is that right? The Door Sniffer guy. He's got this real big schnoz,
I think so.
troll like.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of getting a feel of that in there. They do say that they look similar to trolls or goblins,
Mm.
which I could see that. That one picture that we
Yeah.
looked at on the left, I think he did look pretty,
It
troll
kind of looks like a troll, a goblin, and a porcupine had a
porcupine.
three-way
Oh,
and
hey.
and ended up with a Pukwudgie.
That is so true. It's like, how do you, I don't even, I'm
I think
too,
that's the best way to describe how they look,
yeah,
honestly.
too. So, okay, this is funny. My next sentence is, although seeming like a porcupine human hybrid,
Yeah.
it walks upright. Many have reported that it smells surprisingly floral.
Oh, weird.
If they are living in the wilderness and in the woods, they very well might be wearing something that smells floral.
That's true. Or rolling in it.
Or if they're trying to hide.
Yeah. They would mask their scent, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's better than, rolling yourself in shit. So kudos to them if that's the case.
At least it's pretty flowers.
I know. We'll take it. It's not like, my God, walking into skunk ape territory.
Yeah, no kidding.
Stroke. I don't know what just happened to me. They are reported to have the ability to appear and disappear at will and have reportedly been known to shapeshift.
What?
Although I don't know what they shapeshift into.
Maybe stuff in the wilderness around them so they blend in so nobody sees them.
So this is what I wonder about shapeshifters. I know there's a whole thing about it. I'd have to go whole deep dive to get into that.
That might be a whole part 1, part 2, part 3 situation.
My mind is telling me if you're so big, you can only shapeshift into something that size or smaller because you would run out of material.
Right.
But I don't know if that's true because I guess if it's a magical thing, then it doesn't matter because the rules of physics don't apply to magic.
If I were high right now, like if I was recording my episode,
Hey,
my brain would have a million ideas as to how that would work. And right now I'm just stuck in like, how? Like, huh?
So that's just a thought that I have had while thinking about it. And while few tribes view them as more harmless, annoying pranksters, others see them as dastardly creatures posing a catastrophic threat to them and those that they hold dear.
Oh.
And the most popular place in Indiana to find them is supposed to be Mound State Park in Anderson. What is it? Miss the bus, miss the ship, whatever the figure of speech is that I missed my fucking opportunity. My sister went to school in Anderson to college.
Oh, okay.
I could have been up there this whole time hunting pukwudgies, but I didn't know.
Now
She's
you have
not
to make a
said,
special trip.
yeah, she's not said anything to me about seeing anything strange. So I don't know. Maybe she just stayed on college campus. I have no idea how far Mound State Park is from the college campus either.
Good point.
But they say that this particular group of Pukwudgies are described throughout the legends of the Lenape people, and they portray them as, again, 2 to 3 feet in height and appearing goblin-like in appearance. And they say that they transform specifically into animals to pull pranks to benefit themselves. I would assume like letting the chickens loose, or I don't know what else they would do with animals. They didn't really give me any examples, so I'm just trying to use my imagination.
They didn't like attack any animals, did they?
Well, I'm sure they probably did. I mean, they got to eat.
Okay,
right?
well, yeah, maybe it was like they took a goat or something like that.
Oh,
Because for some reason, I think goats get
oh my
eaten all the
gosh!
time.
I just pictured this Pukwudgie saddling up a goat and just like riding it. Oh, because they're like the same size. Got like one Pukwudgie like giving him the lift to get his leg up over the goat.
Oh God, that's hilarious.
I got it, man. If anybody was to draw this picture and send it, that would be fantastic. I would love to see it.
You just got to use one of those AI things and type in the thing, and then be like,
Pukwudgie, it's then be like, huh?
you never know.
I
Some of
actually
them
got
come
some
up with some
Krampus in
better
my
stuff.
AI.
What is it? The one that I use quite often, I find it's actually it works quite well. I gotta grab it, go into the right folder on my phone. Ideogram.com.
Okay, I'll have to look at that and see if I can get it.
Yeah.
So I know my Canva subscription has so many a month that I could generate.
Yeah.
But you never know for sure. And apparently my brain and personality is not necessarily following their rules and regulations. So some of my stuff doesn't actually get created.
Yeah. No, I understand that.
I tried to make a pinup girl and they didn't like that.
I had a hard time because I was trying to, we recently just designed a new sticker on our podcast, and based on a quote that I said this time. And it's really hard to get it to help you design a sticker when your sticker literally says, if putting lip gloss on buttholes was a hobby.
That is awesome. Oh my gosh, that's a missed opportunity. That thing needs to get with the times, man.
But I did manage to design one. We do have them on order. They'll be here in like a week. So
that's exciting.
Yeah, that's
I got a bunch that I need to make. I just haven't done it yet. I've got a bunch of Christmas stuff that I need to get set out too.
Oh yeah.
I've got a Krampus. My son's favorite is the Lizard Man.
Oh yeah.
So it'll be good. Any hoozles.
Back to the Pukwudgie riding a goat.
Yeah. According to the Ojibwe and Great Lakes tribes, these small-statured wild men are seen as generally good-natured, practical jokers. And I feel like that was very robotic. Sorry. I was like, what I picture is just a little tyrant who just hides your shoes, hides your keys while you're already like fashionably late. And, like they just come in and they swipe the keys and stash them under your couch cushion or something. So then you're like, son of a bitch, I need to leave. And I put my keys right here. I know I did. And
maybe I have a Pukwudgie in my house. Because we have one of those tape measures, and we have it always on the kitchen counter in case we need it, because like we're slowly doing renos on the house. is never there when we need it. And literally we can go into the next room, come back, and it's there.
Pukwudgie or
Yep.
fairy.
Oh, no, I don't think we have
Fairy or-
fairies here.
What about, do you have any goblins?
No. No. And our house is not haunted except for by my pet dog. So it's not that either.
Maybe it is a Pukwudgie.
Maybe there is one in my house.
Well, I wonder if I don't think it tells me how to get rid of them. So we might just
Well, if it's just the tape measure, I'll let it go.
the Abenaki and other northeast oh my goodness. Algonquin.
Algonquin.
Thank you. Tribes, on the other hand, believe these creatures can be very dangerous if you show them any disrespect whatsoever.
I imagine if you showed anything any disrespect, it would be a little pissed.
What they tend to do when they're not happy is a little different than just being a little peeved.
Oh, what do they do?
Oh, we'll get into it.
Oh, good.
Wampanoag. Did I do that one right?
That I don't know. I've never heard of that one before.
Okay. And southern New England tribes see Pukwudgies as extremely moody monsters.
Oh.
It's believed that the Wampanoag tribe caused these creatures to turn against the humans back in the day. And their lore states that the tribe was in cahoots with the Pukwudgies until they became enthralled with this giant-like entity, or well, they call it deity. I just want to call it an entity, but named Mashop. It's Maushop. I think it's Mashop. Maushop. Whatever. He's going to be Mashop at this point. The giant reportedly was the one who brought Cape Cod into existence for them as a beneficial area that they could inhabit.
Mm-hmm.
The newfound infatuation with the giant stirred up jealousy within the Pukwudgie community. Because of this, they started being little shits and they started getting a little mischievous. And after this escalation, the tribe themselves went to talk to the giant's wife, which I find funny. They don't go talk to the giant. They go talk to the giant's wife, who apparently wears the pants here. She must have had a chat with her husband because he then exiled the little troublemakers, forcing them to spread out all across North America. After some time, they say that many of the Pukwudgies made their way back to the original area. They teamed up and managed to kill Mashop's 5 sons in revenge.
Oh, wow.
For being exiled.
I'd say they held a grudge and they acted on it.
Yep. And some of the lore also says that they came together, like I said, they were, pissed and they sought revenge and they actually killed the giant himself.
Oh, shit.
There's a couple different versions. They play for keeps.
Yeah. With them, it's like, it's fuck around and find out.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And they might play harmless tricks or even help the townsfolk out at times, but they just as easily could turn around and steal your children or even perform deadly acts of sabotage.
Oh, God. Like cut your brake lines and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
not cool.
Steal your babies.
Yeah, I'm good. Nope.
I don't know what they do with the babies.
They probably sell them on the black market for a profit.
You know what? That's interesting. We're going to do a little thing. Okay, guys, we're going to sidetrack for a second. Only because I have got to fucking ask this question because I just can't help myself. Okay. Pretend you are a Pukwudgie.
Okay.
You have just stolen a town person's baby.
And is it cute or is it ugly?
Oh, it's cute as shit, man. It's got
perfect.
Cherub cheeks, blonde hair, blue eyes, the whole Hitler thing. And you're trying to put an ad out on the black market to sell it. What is your username? For anybody listening,
it's always going to start with Pukwudgie, and then it's going to be underscore, and then like the year I was born.
Pukwudgie, the year you were born?
Yeah.
Well, it's not very discreet. If he wants to make us looking for you, they'd be like, "Man, this bitch is Pukwudgie."
That's true. Pukwudgie not selling children. 1, 2, 3.
So discreet. So discreet.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what mine would be. Maybe well, because I don't want it to be too obvious, right? Because I don't want the FBI to come get me.
Yeah.
So, what about Porcupine?
Porky man. Yep.
Hmm, what's what are those people called? It's not a nanny. What are the people that take care of the babies? Au pair.
There you go. I
Oh,
couldn't think of the word either. I'm
what
like,
was the
it's a
first? What was
short
the first
word.
I said? Something. Porcupine au pair.
Or it could be like Prickle Boy 23.
Want to poke?
Yeah, want to poke 69.
I love it. Okay, that's it. That's
Yeah.
it. That's the name. But anyway, I just couldn't resist myself to take that opportunity to try to get some creative methods here, in case any Pukwudgies are listening, you're welcome. Rumor has it that if you happen to be the one to annoy a Pukwudgie, they will start playing some real nasty tricks, and things usually get a little worse. Some chaos they are known for are kidnappings. I'll just read out what it was and we can make sense of it in a minute. So, kidnappings, short knife, and spear attacks, being blinded by sand, or pushed off a cliff.
Oh, yeah, you know.
I'm just
That's
okay.
just your normal everyday stuff.
For starters, where the hell are they getting the sand? They don't have, it doesn't look like they have pockets.
They probably have a little leather pouch that they wear, maybe.
You're a genius. You know what? Because I think that one did look like it had a pouch.
It did. It did in the one picture.
Just like,
Yeah, this is my piss
like
you off sand.
be gone.
Just be glad it's not the cliff.
And oh much. Okay, you're standing there and your back is to a cliff. So he throws the sand at you and you're going backwards trying to see and you fall off the cliff. Little bastards. But that's what they're known for. They also have been known to lure people to their death with the use of fire, orbs. They launch poison arrows, create fires, and use magic. A couple things, we're going to get into some encounters towards the end. But a lot of times you hear stories, there's a little person at the edge of the woods. They're calling me over. They either go or they don't go. I don't know what happens if you go. So don't follow any creepy old tiny porcupine looking motherfuckers in the woods.
Yeah, you probably won't come back.
Yeah, probably not good.
Or at the very least, you'll be seeing your optometrist the next day to get all the sand out of your eyes.
Doc, help me. You'd be wandering around the woods for days because you can't find your way out. Oh, this is horrible. This is getting
My
worse.
eyes are so itchy.
So get this. So it also says that some people have noted they have the power of invisibility. So maybe
and that could be like the shape-shifting thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it kind of goes hand in hand. I just spilled it on myself.
You're drinking a Canada Dry in Canada.
Yeah, it's the best ginger ale on the planet.
I just couldn't. That's too funny. Okay. Pukwudgies were first mentioned in modern literature from Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, who wrote a poem called The Song of Hiawatha. The creatures there were described as killing a giant by the name of Quasend by hitting him with pine cones.
Oh.
A giant was killed with pine cones. There have been substantial amounts of sightings reported in the woods of Massachusetts.
Oh, yeah.
A warning sign of Pukwudgie crossing has even been planted near the Freetown State Forest.
Oh, that's cute.
Which I find interesting. In this forest,
is it like one of those yellow ones with like a silhouette?
I think it is. It's really strange. And this is where it gets crazy. So in this forest, there's a cliff about 100 feet. So it's like, what, 30.5 meters high? And we all know how much these people like to shove you off a cliff.
Yeah.
So it's like perfect. A man claimed to have seen a Pukwudgie with radiating red eyes, fur, and a wolf-like nose. Not sure I would say Pukwudgie. Maybe a potential, like a young dog man.
Or maybe a Pukwudgie and a coyote got freaky.
Well, maybe I'm trying to remember if Dogman has yellow or red eyes. Someone is screaming at me right now. I am so sorry that I don't remember what color the eyes are, but it does kind of seem like that's it. However, there was also a woman named Mary who reported seeing a creature while taking her friend's black lab for a walk in the woods. She described the being as humanoid, but covered in matted black fur. Although she did not bother the creature, it followed her home and continuously woke her up in the middle of the night by tapping on what sounded like the side of her house and the window while peering through the window until she moved away.
Yeah, no, I would die. I would literally will myself into a heart attack and just croak.
And I'm just can't help but think to myself, they're 3 feet and under. Okay. So there's got to be one on like its hands and knees so the other one could stand on it so that it can see in the window. They can't see in my, it'd take 3 of those damn things to get in my window.
I mean, they could look in my basement windows because I've got full size basement windows because we're like,
but if it's
like
waking her up in the middle of the night, it's got to be probably upstairs, right?
Yeah, and if it was going to do that on my house, it would need a ladder.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, just like a whole like pyramid. Oh my god, they're like fucking
way,
cheerleaders, and they're doing like the pyramid. Yeah, and he's like
little pom poms, but it's made out of like moss.
Oh my gosh, no. Okay, so it's a bigger Pukwudgie, and in each of its hands, it's got little baby Pukwudgies that have the little pokes on them, so it looks like they're shaking pom poms.
Oh shit.
I really have a raging imagination tonight. Another
because I'm here. It's because I'm here.
I know you just really get those creative juices flowing, man.
Yeah, and I'm not even high right now, so
I'm never high, so there you go. I'm always Another reported sighting came from a rookie archaeologist and author named Paul Startzman. Paul's first encounter occurred when he was 10 years old in 1927. He found himself alone hiking down a trail in the park. Out of nowhere, a tiny man with dirty blonde hair just showed up. He described the hair as covering his head kind of like a helmet, which I thought was strange. And he said the little man was also said to have round protruding ears. So I'm thinking Mad Max or Mad Men, that kid, his ears.
Yeah. My brain is struggling to picture this right now.
Because think about it. It's 1920s.
Yeah.
He's 10 years old. There's no spikes. There's no fur. There's no. It's just a little person with big ass ears
and really bad hair
and a bad haircut. Because also too, if this thing's showing up like a helmet, that kind of to me insinuates that the hair was shorter.
Yeah.
And if these things live in the woods, my opinion would probably be that they are not typically getting their hair cut. I could be wrong.
No, you're probably right.
So,
but not too many barbers just out in the woods. So
yeah, Edward Scissorhands out there. Bill Russo and I almost said Rain Man. Rainham. Oh, of Rainham. Okay. Oh God. Bill Russo of Rainham, Massachusetts. Jeez Louise. Had an encounter of his own in 1990, and he too was walking a dog along the wood line when a hairy human-like creature appeared to try to lure him into the wood. I'm not exactly sure how he tried to lure him or anything. It just said tried to lure him into the woods. I'm assuming he did not follow, but I thought that was interesting. This is either Joan or Joanne, I'm not sure, was also walking her dog in the Freetown State Forest when she caught a small creature watching her. It had gray skin, lots of hair on its head and its arms. And what stood out to her was it had these crazy green eyes, which have not been reported so far. It must have been infatuated with her because she ended up seeing it again, lurking around her house on multiple occasions.
Oh, that makes me, ugh, I don't like it.
But it doesn't say that she moved. It doesn't say that it stopped. It doesn't, all it says is she sees this little creepy dude staring at her in the woods.
Yep.
She's walking her dog. GTFO. When she gets home, she sees the same thing lurking around her house repeatedly. And that's
Yeah, no.
so none of the encounters that I found really had a lot of detail. It's kind of weird. I was kind of hoping for something to be why did it happen? What did you do? Just because none of the encounters that I found said that anybody went with them doesn't mean that nobody went. It
That's
could
true.
have been that they went and they
never were heard from again.
Exactly.
They were pushed off a cliff.
Yeah, similar to those black-eyed, children situations. You always have all these situations and encounters where they show up, they want in, the person says, don't let them in. Yeah. But you never hear any encounters of what happens if they are let in.
No, I haven't actually, now that I think about it. And I've listened to multiple podcasts that talk about black-eyed children.
But you've got to think, as many times as they've shown up and tried to get, into the house, someone's letting them in and no one's getting their story told.
Yeah.
I think there was one instance that I've heard where a woman let the kids in. I think they're being real weird. Weird stuff started to happen. And then the kids just abruptly left. And then I think her husband got cancer and died. Very
weird.
After, and just weird stuff was happening after that. But I wanted to get your thoughts on the Pukwudgie. Do you think that they are little people? Do you think that they're a legit creature? Maybe a fairy folk?
I think it's kind of more along the lines of maybe fairy folk. Like a lot of those stories, like things about dragons, things about that. Mm-hmm. I think it's a possibility that all this is based in truth somewhere. Yeah. So it's very possible that a creature like this, like a little troll-like creature, foresty creature, and like how it's depicted in folklore movies, books, whatever, those images, you see these little trolls and stuff. I think it's a possibility they existed at one point, and they still might. You don't see them because they went this way, we went this way. And
do you think, now granted, like you said, I agree 1000% that regardless of what lore you're looking at, it came from some sort of truth.
Yeah, because it's got to be based on something. Something gave that person the idea of this.
What do you think the odds are that, okay, hear me out. No offense to little people out there if you're listening. We love you all. Because think about it. These all started way, 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 way back, right? Mm-hmm. And what if there was a little person or people or whatever, they lived in a village or whatever, they were born or something happened and all of a sudden you had this little person. And the villagers thought that there was something demonic or something was wrong. So they, exiled the little people into the woods, mm-hmm. where they then, survived by, eating stuff, the berries, the whatever, doing our normal hunter gathering stuff before we, found out what meat was. And, they're probably very hairy because, they're not getting their hair cut. They're not doing that. So they've got the beards and all this hair, and they're probably pretty dirty. They might use walking sticks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I feel like there is that chance that a Pukwudgie may have been based off of something in that situation.
Well, and maybe the quills or whatever were a form of disguise.
Yeah.
Something to help them blend in and hide.
So this is going to seem really random at first, but okay. Jumanji, the original from the 90s.
Yep.
Okay. Robin Williams. Oh, rest in peace, man. He was a freaking amazing person.
He was a treasure. Yep.
Oh, so sad. But when he's in Jumanji and he comes out of Jumanji, back into the world to play the game, he has, it looks almost like a turtle shell that he has on his back that he uses as a shield.
Yep.
So it is very possible that maybe they did, they could have done the same thing, taken a turtle shell or something like that. You sat from a tree and taken sticks or whatever
quills. Yeah.
quills and glued them, so to speak, onto it for protection. Because if you're that small, you can, duck down, put your thing over your head, and no one wants to step on that shit.
That's totally plausible.
So, I mean, it's totally possible. What would you do if you came into contact? Like you're walking your dog by the woods and a Pukwudgie's like, hey, sexy, over here.
I would be like, you're looking at the wrong person, dude. No.
Hey, podcaster, you want to come over here? I'll give you 420 friendly.
See, and then my brain would go in two directions. My one brain would be like super curious and be like, well, maybe let's see what happens. Like maybe there's something weird that I can tell on my podcast. The other part of me would be like, red flag.
Yeah.
No, don't go, don't follow. You will end up as an episode on your podcast.
Yeah. That is very true. Honest, I'm gonna give you 100% honesty because that's what I feel that my, you and my listeners deserve.
You would follow the Pukwudgie, wouldn't you?
No, I would say,
Really?
get lost, you fucking freak. And then I would walk off. Or I'd be like, all right, you creepy old man. But I guess it could be any age, I guess, right? What would you do if it was a child? And
see, that would be different.
It was like, hey, can you help me? Hey, can you help me?
Yeah.
And I would probably be like, oh, sweetheart, here, let me help you. And next thing you
notice their eyes are black. And then I'd be like, but fuck you, kid.
Pukwudgie doesn't have black eyes.
No.
That one had green eyes. And somebody else reported red eyes.
Yeah, if it portrayed itself as a child, that would be a hard one. Like if I felt totally really creeped out, I would probably somehow try and convince myself that it wasn't real and just keep walking. But the mom inside me would be like, oh no, we need to help this kid.
Yeah, I think my first initial thought would also be, oh my gosh, like I need to help. But if I started like walking up on this child and I'm realizing
something's not right.
This child has been raised in the wilderness.
Yeah.
It's going to look like it's been raised in the wilderness.
You'd think, unless it's shapeshifted into a form that was not.
It's not going to have any knowledge of technology, probably, or any advancements or changes in the English language.
Maybe.
We don't know what they're taught. Can they even talk? If it was, I walked up and I'm like, oh, here, honey. Like, and then my thoughts would be like, I got to figure out who this kid belongs to. Let me just take the selfie. I'm going to take a picture and post it. Right.
Yeah.
And I get my phone out. What is this thing going to do?
Well, it depends if your flash is on or not.
I
picture it. I have a feeling it's
still.
Yeah. I have a feeling it would try and stab you if you flashed it with the camera, but
that's, you know what, you're probably right. I think what I would probably do now, maybe not be a total asshole. I can see myself now that I think about it. If there is someone along the wood line and I'm walking my dog or whatever, I mean, think about it. Well, not this dog, my old dog, I would feel 100% safe because my dog could eat it, because my dog would have literally been bigger than this thing was. But I could see myself being like, I will help you, but you've got to come here. I am not following you anywhere. You come out here and I will help you.
See, but that makes sense.
And if they take off in the woods and see you bitches, I'm out.
Oh, we almost had an OnlyFans episode.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's close. Are we good? You didn't. I have captions on mine, so I couldn't see. Were we good?
No, you were good. I didn't see anything.
Whew. All right.
There was no cooter flash. We're good.
Okay. Well, I mean, I have britches on. There's just not much. It's not gonna end. Anyway. All right. So we have 2 sketchy votes for what we would do.
Yep.
I think that pretty much sums up what I've got. You or anybody out there listening has had any encounters with well, really anything. Pukwudgie, it doesn't matter. I'm open for all of it. If you've had just random unexplained bullshit, send it my way. If you've had, ghost stories, demons, I better not say that because the last time I said something about demons, motherfucker answered me.
Black-eyed children.
Yeah, black-eyed children, Bigfoot, dog man, goat man. Oh my gosh, I love the goat man. Love me some goat man. But anything, UFO encounters, aliens, abductions, anything that you guys have. My website is going to be out there, and I have the email account. I have a thing that I'm going to post at the end of the episode that'll go through all of this stuff. Please feel free to reach out to me on any platform you want. It's going to be open for whatever, and we can talk about things. And even if you're not comfortable coming on the episode yourself, if you write your story in, you can change your name if you'd like, or I could come up with a name if you can't think of one. I could make it totally fucking bogus, but we can change it if that's the confidentiality is an issue. We can definitely work with that and get your story out there so that other people might be able to reach out as well and not feel so alone and be able to relate. So
yeah, we kind of did that for our 420 episode.
Yeah.
We had a few people submit stories, and
Yep.
I was like, and if you want us to keep it anonymous, just please keep anonymous first before anything else.
Yeah, before anything else. And feel free to do that. Also, everybody listening, please go over and check out Linaea and her quote unquote co-host I've never seen before.
We'll have to get you on onto one of our episodes. Find a weekend that Melissa can record too, and then we'll just record, and then you'll see she's real.
Oh, okay. It's not gonna be I'm just picturing you log in and there's a cardboard cutout of some
on a stick.
You, it's like a dummy.
Or I'll get my kid to hold it in front of her face on her laptop and do it through Zoom too.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, everybody go over there. Getting High with True Crime. Check them out. They crack me up. They cover true crime stuff. Actually, I am already on there a couple times.
Yeah, you've filled in a couple times for me.
The loot blast. But yeah, we have a blast, and thank you again for coming on and covering.
Anytime. So, I'll do this whenever.
All right, so I'll have to hit you up, and you guys will probably be hearing more from her. No offense to everybody else, because I love everybody who's been on here, but she's definitely one of my favorites.
Well, I appreciate that.
So we'll definitely get that going, and until next time, I will talk to you later, and keep your eyes peeled.
Yay!
Thank you for listening to this week's episode. Please subscribe, rate, and review anywhere you listen. This is more beneficial than you may know and will help others locate the podcast. Don't forget to check out my Patreon page as well. We currently have 2 tiers. The Snallygaster tier that'll get you unedited bonus audio, a sticker, a shout out on the podcast, and access to the private Discord server. The second tier is the Phantom tier, and that'll get you all of the benefits of the Snallygaster tier, plus access to live streams and Q&A sessions, and is the only place you can access all video footage from regular episodes as well as the Patreon exclusive episodes. You can subscribe today at patreon.com/cryptids, creeps, and conspiracy. Don't forget to head over to the TeePublic website and take a look at a variety of merch options that are available. You can also find and follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, TikTok, X, and YouTube. All of these links can be found in the description of this episode under the Linktree hyperlink. Until next time, my friends, dare to believe.